But not only does the appellate court tell DCFS to go pound sand, they do something I have never seen them do in all my years of practice. Hello again, hope you're all doing well. Season 1.9, we're just a few more tweaks left. We're getting there, and it starts next month-ish. Now, a few episodes ago, I covered that huge DCFS case out of Chicago. A lot of you really liked that, so I'm back with another one from the 2nd District. And full disclosure, I was involved in the late stages actually, of this appeal. But all the credit goes to Kate Gordon Eller of Flynn Gordon LLC. She single-handedly took on Goliath, otherwise known as DCFS, and won. And you know it's a big win when the opinion starts off with this banger. In May of 2022, DCFS sought to remove the minor, initials MM, from the only home he had ever known. Now here's what happened. Mom's been in the system for a bit. One of her kids, MM, was placed with the aunt. She's the key party in this case, but MM is, well, briefly returned to mom along with his 2 sisters, but DCFS takes him again. One of the sisters is placed with the paternal grandmother. MM stays with the original aunt. The aunt is doing great, but DCFS swoops in and says, we're taking MM out of your care and placing him with the paternal grandmother. Why?
No reason. I just like doing things like that.
Okay, not entirely true. Their purported reason was to keep the siblings together, but how that justifies removal? Understandably, the aunt files a motion to intervene since she's just the aunt, and a motion to stay the removal, and a motion for a clinical review, which gives her a chance to prove she's doing a great job as caretaker. Initially, the judge says, okay, I'll stop the removal until we have a hearing on this, but later changes his mind and lifts the stay because he felt that it had no authority to stop DCFS from placing the child with another sibling. So the issue on appeal is, does the court have the authority to issue a binding stay on DCFS? Well, the state, on behalf of DCFS, argues that while the appeal was pending, the judge later conducted a hearing that, notwithstanding the questionable removal, found the placement with the paternal grandmother was safe and appropriate. And safe and appropriate is a common term in juvenile law if you practice there. But they present no case law to argue that the ends justify the means. And longtime appellate lawyers know when you cite no rule or authority in your brief, the argument is forfeited on appeal. So the appellate court reverses, holding the judge, especially given the lack of reasons for removal, had to continue the stay until it could hear the aunt's motions. The power to issue a stay while a motion is pending is part of a judge's inherent authority to control its own docket. So the child goes back to the aunt.
But wait! There's more!
Yes, sadly, our story doesn't end there. There's a postscript, and that's that the state filed a petition for rehearing, which is like an appellate version of a motion to reconsider. But not only does the appellate court tell DCFS to go pound sand, they do something I have never seen them do in all my years of practice. They issue the mandate immediately. Now, normally you have to wait like 35 days because the state could, in theory, appeal to the Illinois Supreme Court. Nope, they denied it. The state then rushes out an expedited petition for leave to appeal and an emergency motion to recall the mandate. It's at this point that I get involved, but merely really just as standby counsel in case Springfield accepts this. And I made a prediction to Kate. Brace yourself, Kate. They're going to recall the mandate, but to my surprise, the Supreme Court says, we're not doing that.
I've never been so wrong in my whole life.
So make that 2 things I've never seen before, which I think sent a strong message to DCFS. But the bottom line here is the court can issue stays regardless if the party is Joe Schmo or DCFS. Anyways, that's all I have. Next month, we return with a banger of a topic. Is perjury a proper basis for vacatur? We have a recent 2nd District decision that has a lot to say about this. That video will drop fairly soon, so if you want to catch it first, you know what to do. Until next time, thanks for watching.